Massaman Pot Pie, serving with the flower from my garden. Sawadika, welcome back to Bim's Kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how we make puff pastry for pie. Okay, first of all I'm going to show you here in the container I have some ice cube in there, and then I put another container here. The reason that I want my butter to be super cold. So whenever you this one is from the freezer, even if from the freezer, after that we still need the butter to be chilled. So right after we doing that, I'm gonna sprinkle some flour. So let the flour cover the butter, so they not stick together, right? And the same time they chill, and then I continue doing that the rest. Big video, okay. This is how we're gonna mix this is super chill butter, super cold. So I'm gonna mix the dough now. What I'm doing, I'm just cover all the flour on top of the butter. So what we have here is a really flaky butter, and I'm gonna spread all over the flour like that. Then that is the way all the flour now is covered the butter. Now I'm gonna sprinkle some salt. Can I have a little bit more? Oh, it's good. Yep. Very gentle. You only use your fingertips, not your hand, because your hand temperature is quite cold. So what I'm doing here with my hand, I have a bucket of ice, and I chill my hand before I touching the dough. So this way, the whole idea is we want the butter to be chilled while we are making the dough, because we want to actually do here is we can put another bucket here on top like that, so we have a chill dough. Okay, now what we have here is, after we make sure that all the butter is covered with the flour, then we just squeeze. We're gonna add some water bit by bit, not all the same time, like that. This is the way we add water. Okay. After that, we're gonna squeeze them. Can I have a roller, please? Can I have the blue scraper? Yeah. ปิดให้หน่อยค่ะ Okay, we're gonna roll the dough now. Just sprinkle some flour, and then I have a chilled dough here. I'm gonna put everything on the board now. So you see how flaky it is. And then I'm gonna make sure that my hand is cold, and then I'm gonna put them together like that. You have to work really quick. How many we need? One pot, right? One big pot, right?
Small.
Small. So we have the layer of butter and flour. That is how gonna make a really flaky or puff dough. Okay. So after we have this, we're gonna chill again. Can you put in plastic bag and put into the fridge, please? This is how to handle it. It's gonna be really we need to put in the fridge now, or in the bucket here. Yeah, that's okay. That can do. That also can do. Okay. So after we chill the dough, we're gonna roll the dough out. So my granite is super cold. So what I'm doing here, I'm gonna make the block. I have to work quick because I don't want to let me show you amazing thing. You see the butter, and you know they are kind of spread all over the dough. That butter, when it's baked, the butter gonna be heat up, and then they're gonna separate, make the dough make it the pie have a layer, flaky layer. After we roll it out nice and thin, we're gonna use the cup or the plate to make wait, I think I can make another one here nicely. To make the round shape, use the knife to cut around, and then immediately we're gonna put this round thing into the fridge, so it's still chill before we put into the, okay, another one. Okay, then we probably have another two. How to remove it? Please. See, before the butter melt. Another one. Have to work quick. Okay, then I have a little one. Okay, whatever left, you can make a perfect layer like that. Make another layer. Gonna create a very perfect. Okay, what we're doing here, we cut here, put in here, put in here. Try to make, okay, nothing to be rest. Okay, I think we're gonna get another one, big one.สองใช่ไหมโอเคใส่นี่กี่อัน How many สอง You can have moreปิดวิดีโอให้หน่อย Okay, now I'm going to show you how we put the pie into the container. So I just cut the size a little bit bigger than the container that we're going to use. So just like that, can fit perfectly. Actually, when we put this pie, normally we have to bake with the sack of the rice to make it firm before we bake. Okay, so I don't know whether today we have time to do that, but because it's a lot of butter, that's okay. So what we're doing here, we're gonna use a fork to poke the side of the container. So this way, when the pie baking, they are not chinky because the steam evaporate from the hole that we just poking in. Again, with the sides, we do the same thing, right? Like that. Okay, let me present this. This one is Massaman curry, the beef Massaman curry. My friend make it. She is professional to do this, and today we make it a little bit thicker because we're gonna put into the pot pie. So if you want a recipe for this beef Massaman, I'm gonna ask a recipe from her for you, and she can show you how to make it. Okay, we're gonna fill into the pot the filling, and not too much. It's just about, you know, this much, because the pie gonna be baking and expand during we baking, so we have to give some room for the pie. So I make another roll here, so I'm gonna put on top. So what I'm sealing on top is I'm gonna have a little bit of water to the pie. So what I'm doing here, I'm just gonna squeeze around, and you see this side is going this wide and this one go deep, so we have the oval shape here, so we just fit perfectly. So the edge gonna go there, so everything gonna fit nicely. If it's not fit nicely, you just, you know, squeeze them in a little bit like that. Now we have to make it look nice and pretty. So what I'm doing here is I can use something like that. You see here, or I can find something a little bit thinner. Even that, no. Okay. Make it nice and beautiful. So the whole purpose is we trying to squeeze the lid and the main part of the pie to seal, to make it seal, so the yummy liquid from the massaman or the curry will not leak out. That's the whole purpose. So if you see the little hole like that, make sure you seal them properly with some water or something like that. Oops. There you go. You have a beautiful pot pie, and we're gonna make a little pork in here. So when the pie is get baked, the steam evaporates, so not make our pie like poop out like that. So there you go, our pot pie, Massaman pot pie. Now we're gonna make the pot pie without the bottom. I think this two things gonna be just perfect. Two pot pie. I tell you what, the beef Massaman is so delicious. Okay, what we doing here, just like our normal pie. Yes, and then we gonna, you know, eat meat with, we're gonna add some cheese in here to make it so delicious. When you cut into the pie, you're gonna have your cheese melted. I put in here is like aged cheddar and normal cheddar, and also some mozzarella, so that will be really melted into your pie. And then after that, we're gonna put the top. The top is super. This is the pastry that we just made earlier. You can see the block of butter in here. This is gonna make the pie so perfect. So we're gonna put the pie in, and then we're gonna squeeze around the sides like that. Whatever extra, we're gonna cut it out. Okay. We're not gonna squeeze too much because we want the pie to be have a flaky flavor. If we put in too much, it's not gonna be pop out like that. So we want it to be pop out. So like that should be okay. I'm not gonna squeeze it this time, but I'm gonna poking. So what happened when you bake this pie, gonna like that? It makes it beautiful. Okay, we're gonna put the pie into the pot. So I cut a little bit big. That's okay. Bigger, better than smaller. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna put inside, right? So there will be perfecto.อันนี้พี่เอาไปทำซอสเซสโรลไปเก็บเลย and then we're gonna put our pie on top, so there will be seed. Okay, like that. Then we're gonna poke. There you go, pot pie. ดูกินเป็น10 แก้วหนูจะถึงนี่ของค่อยเอามากระเทียมเหมือนแป้งของปลาของ brush with egg wash bake in the oven at 180 degrees for about 20 minutes. AP flour. Done. Flaky Massaman Pot Pie. Massaman Pot Pie with Flaky Pastry. Perfect.